Leader of the blue and white centre-right party, Benny Gantz, is about to speak in response to overtures made by the Israeli Prime Minister and leader of the Likud party, Benjamin Netanyahu, about forming a unity government. We know that this was a call made by Netanyahu yesterday, and Benny Gantz is now clearly giving his response. Let's just listen in to what the leader of the blue and white centrist party has to say.
שלום לכם, עמיתיי להנהגה, חבריי לסיעה, שלום לכם אזרחי ישראל.
Shalom to everybody, friends of my journey and citizens of Israel. I've just come from the ceremony for Shimon Peres. May his soul rest in peace. I knew him personally. He was a man of seeing the future and did everything for the future generations. As everybody, he put everything before anything else. The people of Israel have gone to the ballots, they've voted, and they have voted clearly. The people have said that they want Israel before everything else, and therefore blue and white, with me as the leader, won and is the biggest bloc. According to the current results, we have received 63 seats, and Netanyahu has not achieved the sufficient numbers. Friends, citizens of Israel wanted a unity government even after the previous elections. They want a unity government now, and I remind everybody that I am talking about this for almost a whole year. I intend to create a wide unity government with me as the leader. We will bring a true difference, and we will mend the whole of the country. The government will be comprised of, and we will listen to everybody, but we won't give in to any demands. It will be led by me and will be done with justice, and it'll be for all of the people of Israel. This negotiation will need wisdom and keeping us to our ethics, and there's no shortcuts. The government which will be established has to be a just one. The friends and citizens, in order to establish a unity government, not from political blocs and spins, but from responsibility and seriousness. I intend to do these things, as I've said before, and intend to also carry on what I said on the note that I put in the Western Wall on the evening of the elections, and create peace for everybody.
Just there from Tel Aviv that very brief press conference by Benny Gantz, the leader of the blue and white centre-right party, saying that the people of Israel have voted clearly. He says his blue and white party has won the biggest bloc in the elections. He said the citizens of Israel wanted a unity government, and he intends to create a wide unity government with himself as the leader. He said that the government has to be a just one, and he said his government will be one of wisdom and ethics. Let's cross over now to Hoda Abdel-Hamid, who joins us again from West Jerusalem. Hoda, so not surprisingly, Benny Gantz has said he wants to be the leader of this unity government. No mention of Benjamin Netanyahu.
No mention of Benjamin Netanyahu, except maybe in a veiled way, in the way he said that you don't come if you want to really form a national unity government, you don't come representing a large bloc. So this is what Netanyahu has been positioning himself as. He worked very hard and had many consultations over the last 24 hours, and he came out and he said, well, now I represent not only Likud, but also all the right and far right parties. Well, that's kind of a rebuke by Benny Gantz to him. He also didn't answer whether he would actually meet with Netanyahu. If earlier today Netanyahu had publicly asked Benny Gantz to meet on this day. Well, we haven't heard any of that, nor did we hear him actually say the word Netanyahu. So you do get an impression that Benny Gantz is saying, yes, national unity government. I have been calling for that since a long time, but he's sort of trying to avoid giving any specific answers and trying to make Netanyahu understand that he would be the leader of any future government, and it's not clear really whether he would give Netanyahu any kind of role in that government or not.
Yeah, Hoda, as you say, this is going to take sort of weeks of horse trading to work out how this is going to work. But so just talk us through the blocks and the various scenarios. Who's likely to come together under Gantz?
Well, Gantz has the support of the left, so that's about 6 more seats added to his. And then he would get the recommendation, as there are all indications of that, of the Arab Joint List. Now, the Arab Joint List wouldn't join a government. It traditionally never did. And anyway, Avigdor Lieberman would never accept that. He said very clearly, and I'm quoting him, not even in a parallel universe would I accept that. So, but those are about 13 seats at least. We'll have to wait for the final results to see that. So he could add up the numbers. Benny Gantz saying that he has up to 63 seats at the moment, which is passing the threshold of 61 seats needed to be able to form some sort of government. But as I said, it's still very early stages. The final results are still not all out. Yesterday, the gap between Benny Gantz and Netanyahu was of 1 seat. Today is of 2 seats, according to the latest exit polls. So I think it's really something that is sort of they're inching closer and closer, and there'll be a lot of political deals made behind closed doors. Again, the kingmaker or the joker in this whole situation is Avigdor Lieberman, and we'll have to see what his position is going to be. And we'll also have to see if Likud does join a national unity government, if the Likud leadership will say, okay, enough of Benjamin Netanyahu, you've become too much of a problem at this stage. We need you to leave the space for a new leadership here because we don't want to miss the opportunity to join a national unity government. There's a lot of ifs, there's a lot of questions, and all that probably will sort of unpan in the coming weeks as these negotiations go on.
All right, Hoda Abdel-Hamid there in West Jerusalem. Hoda, thank you.